And hey, hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJBTV, and welcome back for RJBTV against Burgersasu. With a footnote, because it is a fake RJB. It's not me. It is the fake RJB. It's an imposter, someone pretending to be me. Thought it was funny to join a Burgersasu game with my name and, give him a run for his money. Because that is exactly what this imposter RJB has done for the two previous games that happened prior to this one. He beat Burgersasu 2 times in a row. 2 wins, 0 losses. Can he replicate that success? Burgersasu here on the 12 o'clock spawn location and imposter RJB here on the Yellow Protoss. And Burgersasu, it has fiery eyes, he says. And RJBTV says, what the hell do you mean with that? That doesn't make any sense at all. And that's where the limited amount of English comes into play. Because yes, fire eyes, I somewhat know what he means, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense if you don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about having fire in his eyes. He is now going 100%, maybe even beyond 100% serious. Burgersasu is done playing around. It is time to bring the fight to RJBTV Imposter. And he goes for a supply depot barracks. So this is a not rushing Terran build order because you cannot rush if you go for the supply depot before the barracks. The Marine is out too slow and the Protoss will have their choke up and running here in the front well on time. And the SV is going the wrong direction in addition to that. He's caused the middle first. Also, just a small little footnote, this is game number 3. It looks very much like game number 2 because the spawn locations were the exact same in game number 2. I actually had to cancel recording for a little bit, leave the game, go to my YouTube channel, and see if this wasn't the exact same game. And I confirmed the colors were different in game number 2, but the spawn locations are the same. So we've got the choke there on the way. He actually went for Gateway Forge instead of Forge Gateway. And that kind of confuses me a little bit, because it still does give Burgersasu the option to rush and cancel the cannons. Like, these cannons would have pretty much been almost finished as his Marine arrives if he went for Forge Gateway, not Gateway Forge. You really have to go for Forge Gateway in order to prevent Marines from hitting the cannons like this. The cannons just come out way too slow. So there's a little bit of danger on the horizon here for RJBTV Imposter as SCVs and Marines come across the map and they're going to try to go and cancel the cannon. The probes are going to of course try to save the cannons, and that one is going to go down. The other one is halfway done. They're going to attack it and it's going to die as well, but one Zealot arrives on the scene to try and save the day. But RJBTV Imposter kind of shot himself in the foot here. He's losing a lot of valuable time, has to cancel cannons, has to pull probes to the front, losing probes in the front. This could have all been avoided if he just went for Forge Gateway, not Gateway Forge. Now, because he went for Gateway Forge, though, he does have the faster Cyber Core, but I don't think that this paid off. I don't think this was a great idea. Just stick with the Forge into Gateway, into a Cyber Core, so that you have faster cannons in the front, because your Forge is just like 10 to 14 seconds faster if you get it before the Gateway. It's literally like 14 seconds. And this would all have been avoided. So 2 cannons cancelled. I think actually these 2 died. He did not cancel these 2, they actually died. So 2 probes dead would be 3, and 2 cannons dead in the front. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. And SV still running around at the base. Getting a 3rd Nexus actually. So Nexus, Gateway Forge, Pile in the Choke, Cyber Core, Cannons, Nexus, and a Robotics in the back. A double Robotics in the back. And Burgersasu going for a very fast factory. Now he can do this because he is running circles in RJBTV's base, so he knows what's happening here. He knows that there's literally nothing that can attack him. So he's skipping out on basically just producing units. He's really skipped out on producing units because if the enemy has no units, why would I need units? Instead, I can perhaps just get my economy rolling faster, get bigger, and benefit off of all the extra SCVs and minerals coming into the bank. Although now it is about time for him to fire bat in the base. Gonna try to run onto those probes. Cannon in the back, they're almost finished up. Cannon is not gonna finish up in time. Got the probes there trying to block the fire bat, and they're not succeeding. Actually, ooh, gets it just on time. Just on time. Like the probes need 2 more shots to die here. Like 2 more shots. It's not gonna get in there. Cannon's gonna kill that fire bat. Is it? Ooh, gets 1 kill. It's something. It's something. But I'd say that the fire bat attempt, you might wonder, was it a success? I think it was. If you can manage to force the Protoss to pull probes off of the minerals, I think it's been a success. It only costs you 150 minerals to run 3 fire bats in there, and the amount of minerals that the Protoss loses, the amount of distraction that they experience, I think that's worth more than 150 minerals. It's definitely like 300 minerals in total, maybe even more. Because maybe you slow down the timing of a structure by distracting them with the fire bat. It's just actions that they don't want to have to make, that you're forcing them to make. It's all those small little details that can really make a difference. So scans the front, sees the shuttle with 2 Reavers inside. Tank siege is up in the front, so that means the front is well protected. But Reed's actually going in to try and snipe the shuttle because the shuttle is in the front. Manages to pull it back. There's only 1 Marine in exchange for disrupting half the HP on that shuttle. Unloads. Tanks target firing on the Reavers. Reavers getting shots up on the tanks in the back. 1 tank there goes down. Both Reavers still alive miraculously. Couldn't finish off the Reavers on time. So there's still a way for him to get maybe a couple more kills in the base. They lose the Zealots, kill a couple of Marines. I'd say it was an equal exchange. Equal exchange. One attack on the way there. Gonna go for tanks on the high ground to make sure that this entire... Wait, he's gonna go for a tank on the probes. But we have 2 things happening at the same time. Drop there from RJBTV trying to get in, whereas Burgersasu is going to try to get a tank drop in, and they both actually go in at the same time. Who of these 2 is... Okay, RJBTV pulls back. Burgersasu does not pull back. Burgersasu gets wrecked. Absolutely destroyed. But he loses the right side, and I think the right side only had about... Well, I can't see the amount of kills, but I think the right side only had about 15 SCVs, so it keeps most of the SCVs alive. Because RJBTV Imposter hit the wrong side. He hit the right side, and the right side was not the right side, it was the wrong side. But he gets some kills and disrupts Burgersasu's economy, and Burgersasu does not really kill any probes. He got the tank in there, the probes ran to safety, the tank died, the probes are now back on the minerals. I think he lost nothing except mining time. So he did lose some minerals, but compared to what Burgersasu lost way more. And it was just pure bad luck that Burgersasu was focusing on the drop at the exact same time that the shuttle went in to kill his SCVs. Sometimes that's just bad luck. But also, it's a lack of awareness. And yeah, it just goes to show that sometimes things can slip by just like that. Now kills the tank, supply depot goes down, Marines coming in, Marines getting squashed by scarab shots. They split up really nicely, really good split up. It's going to be very close because RJBTV Imposter tries to go in for the kill on the Reavers, reaches in the back there. Oh, picks it up just on time. Oh, actually, it had it had enough health. It had so much health. Okay, the tank there. Ooh, this one is really close though. Almost killed that one. 1 more shot there on the Reaver, takes it down. Scarab still exploding. Cannot get 1 more Scarab off there, so that one goes down without killing anything extra. But that attack was worth it. We have a basically double the supply there for RJBTV Imposter. He's really solid. He's got double the amount of workers. More than double. Like 1 more than double. He's been playing really well. He has some trouble spending his minerals, but who cares about the amount of minerals in his bank if he is effectively getting himself in the lead by killing Marines, supply depots, SCVs. As long as he's getting results, immediately spending your minerals is not as important as it seems. Killing stuff and getting an advantage is way more important. Although right now he's spending his money really fast. Really fast. This is insanely fast. Like 74 probes and under 1,000 minerals. That is some extremely good mineral spending. And what do you expect? 3:20 APM, this guy's a boss. He's a beast. So getting Singularity Charge now, he has, let me see, no air armor yet. He has, I think, level 1 attack there. No ground upgrades yet, actually. Getting armor now, he only has 1 forge. I do think that has been one of RJBTV Imposter's weaker things in his play. He gets his upgrades a little bit slowly, despite having the gas and minerals at his disposal or disposal. That's the word, at his disposal to use for upgrades. As Burgersasu, for example, Burgersasu doesn't have a lot of minerals at his disposal. He is getting those marine upgrades, even getting a second engineering bay to get armor as well. There's no armory yet though, so he still has to build the armories for tank upgrades. So the tanks are going to be very slow with their +1 armor and attack. And that's something that does worry me a little bit, because in the previous games we had the same problem, where eventually, even though RJBTV Imposter had slow upgrades, he managed to get himself pretty far ahead with the upgrades, compared to Burgersasu, who did have marine upgrades, but almost no tank upgrades. Drop there from the bottom right to distract from the drop that's coming from the top left. This drop does not get in very deep. It's largely just Zealots, and now comes from the other side, but Burgersasu noticed it. There's a lot of Zealots and Reavers unloading High Templar on the scene. SV's running to safety. There they are, they ran to safety, but everything in the back is going down. SV's do the turn. This Templar still has Storms. Both of them, no, one of them still has Storms, picks it up. This other one will go down before it can. This one flying to the right side to try and, ooh, Storms, but misses the Storm. Does he have any? No, kills himself. Kills himself. So turrets there on the bottom corner went down. Economy once again disrupted, and I need a glass of water. Okay, I'm back. Like, I have a mute button on my mic, but I, in the past, have never used it. So I figured, you know, I might as well just use the mute button every now and then when I have to drink something or whatever. So because there's a lack of units on the right side, RJBTV notices I can kill a couple more turrets, kill some more marines. I'm gonna make Burgersasu pay for every single mistake. And here comes a big attack on the front. Burgersasu is in trouble. He's got 56 SCVs and pretty much no army in the front. Everything is moving from the back to the front. The marines in the bunkers did not get stimmed, but they are buying a lot of time for the tanks in the back to hit the dragoons that are trying to break through. Also, dragoons are big, beefy boys, and they're blocking their brothers and friends. So only a few dragoons are actually attacked. I really think that Zealots in this situation are way better than dragoons. Although Zealots are very clumped up, so they do take more damage from the tanks, in the sense that because they're also close to each other, a splash hits them all. Big drop comes in though, so the frontal attack was a distraction to pull units from the back to the front to open up the backside to allow full-on backside penetration with a huge, large, massive force of Zealots, Chillers, and High Templars. But no SCVs go down. He saves all the SCVs, pulls the Marines from the back, from the front to the back, to once again defend the backside. But he's on 41 minerals. His economy is just non-stop getting disrupted. Non-stop. RJBTV now going after supply depots because, guess again, nothing on the right side to defend. He even slightly repositions his Zealots to make sure that the tanks don't hit them all the time. Marines are forced to clean up this right side. Supply depots do go down. And in the front, he's waiting for an attack, but there's this time around, just a little bit too much here on the middle. There's a lot of units, and yeah, he goes for Zealots this time around, but there's actually a Firebat bunker. I think it's like 3 Firebats. Now, the Firebats are getting stimmed, which will absolutely melt those Zealots. That's a huge, important detail. Unloading the Firebats, stimming them, putting them back in the bunker for boosted damage. That is a huge, small, little move that really makes a big difference, because the damage gets doubled. It's a huge, huge difference. Cleans up those Zealots. I wouldn't say easily, because he did lose 2 bunkers, lost a lot of Marines, and lost the Firebats as well. But RJBTV Imposter is really gaining I want to say gaining ground, but he's keeping Burgersasu occupied. But it is a miracle that Burgersasu is managing to stay alive with all the pressure that's happening. He's been on point. Like, the fire in his eyes is burning bright because he has made some mistakes, but he's managed to, after that one major big mistake early, managed to keep the SBs alive with some really good movement back and forth. Really good movement back and forth. Unloads on top of the Marines, tanks unsieging, Zealots on the scene. These tanks here are still sieged up, but the Marines at level 1 attack and 2 attack, frontal attack. Oh my god. Everything is happening everywhere all at once. Everything is happening everywhere all at once. So Dragoons on the high ground, they do benefit from a reduced hit chance. So there's like 50% chance that they get hit by damage. Tanks though, tanks will guaranteed hit everything that's on the high ground. Tanks do not suffer from that mischance if they're in siege mode. The front's still defended. There's no fire bats in the bunkers this time around, so Zealots will be more effective than before. We have level 111 there on the Zealots. We have Stargates coming up there on the bottom side. He's switching over into carriers. And another drop there comes up over the top right. Reach level 2 attack, stimming them down. Zealots unloading. It's only Zealots. Looks like maybe the shuttle with the High Templars got taken down. Maybe the shuttle with the High Templars wasn't ever there. But he kills Marines on the top corner. He sends the shuttles back. Lets the Corsairs tank the turret shots. The Corsairs have level 1 shield, so they do benefit from that a little bit. Will stay alive a little bit longer than usual. He's getting armor and weapon there from both his cyber cores. He's got triple forge for all the upgrades, which are now in actually a pretty good place in 111 and very soon on 222. And he switches up yet again for a frontal attack while preparing another drop to go in at the same time. And he might try to unload behind the bunkers, or he's going to try to go for the backside yet again. There's a lot of different options. Seals off the front door by lifting and landing the barracks. Shuttle there waiting on the middle to go in. Zealots have to go first. Tanks are helping out with damage on the supply depots. The Zealots break through, getting on top of the bunkers. Shuttle drop there still in the middle, dancing back and forth. Decides to not go in over the front. Pulls back his Dragoons as well. And adds on a couple more Stargates. Also, quick note, he's getting mind control. I missed it. I saw it on the top corner. Select the Templar's Archive too slowly, but he has mind control finished. Has no Dark Templars yet though. Getting Disruption Web as well. Getting Carriers on the bottom. He's gonna fly in over the right again. Couple of Dragoons in the front, buying time, distracting. The drop is not going in. He just wants to pick up more. He really wants to make it a really big drop. A big drop. So that's 9 shuttles, and I think not every single one of them is loaded up. There's like a couple of them that are empty, and one of them has like 1 unit, and one is 3 units. And Burgersasu actually has, in his own eyes, recovered enough. He still has 0-0 on the tanks, but the Marines have 2-3. The Marines are going to be, if he wins the game, it's gonna be the Marines with Stim that do all the damage, all the hard work. We have 1 High Templar in the front, drop comes in, there's a big drop, but if this drop does not really do much, then Burgersasu has a chance to win the game. SCV's running to safety, splitting up in different directions, so it's loaded on the top corner. I think he's gonna unload it on top of the tanks, because the tanks are shooting on those Zealots, and the Zealots have to walk through all these tight narrow spaces to get close to the tanks, but ooh, he's overrunning the backside, but his own front side is getting blasted. Absolutely blasted. Marines with Stim coming forward. He's at level 2-2. They're on the Zealots, but level 2-3. They're on the Marines. Still 0-0 on the tanks. The tanks have level 1 attack now, actually. We have carriers coming up, spawning, but there's a lot of carriers on the way. Like there's 4 carriers. Oh, he cancels the carriers. Oh wait, they finish up. Drop comes in. Drop redirects. Finds a new path. Arrives in the backside, gonna unload. What's there? There's nothing in there. It's a distraction. It's purely a distraction that RJBTV is using to hopefully try and get an advantage here on this fight in this choke, because Marines coming in. Templar Storms, but doesn't kill anything of significance. Probes are being thrown away to open up supply space. This is getting very dangerous. Carriers are coming over the bottom side. Carriers have level 1, I believe. I'm not sure. There's nothing that can show me the upgrades. 2 shield, 1 armor. So yeah, 1 attack, 1 armor. They're on the carriers coming in over the bottom side. Interceptors are still in production, so he's not yet maximum interceptor capacity. He does have the upgrade, but doesn't have all the interceptors there yet. So this is getting dicey. This is getting dicey. The downside of using those very big shuttle drops is that if the shuttle drop dies, like it did just now, like 9 shuttles filled with zealots, it's like 50 to 60 supply that you lose, and Burgersasu has almost no supply, which gives him an opportunity to go for a counterattack because he is right next to fake RJBTV, who's getting absolutely overrun, overpowered by pure Marine with Stim and Medics. Although the Medics are having a party there, healing only themselves and ignoring the Marines, they're not doing their duty, just having a nice little chat, messing about. See the tanks, ooh, so many tanks coming in, hot, strong. Carriers just don't stand a chance. They don't have enough armor or shield on the interceptors, but the interceptors die so quick with all those Marines on the scene stemming forward, just killing interceptors the moment they are seen and within range. Weaver Mike, when they're on the side, tries to kill a couple of those Marines and tanks, but there's too many Marines and tanks. Zealots do not stay alive long enough to allow the Reaver to shoot any scarabs. There's turrets coming up. He killed a lot of turrets just now, like we can see a couple of dead turrets are on the scene, building new turrets for to help him fight against interceptors. We've got more Marines just non-stop coming through. He's forgetting to make medics though, but who cares, Marines will die, and RJBTV Imposter calls CG as he gets absolutely destroyed on the counterattack. The game was looking very well for him. He was in the lead. I wouldn't say a commanding lead, but he at points did have double the supply of fake RJBTV, the Imposter. But the Imposter this time around, not strong enough to stand up straight and tall and survive Burgersasu's counterattack. As Burgersasu had a miraculously good defense. He has a lot of barracks, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 15 barracks in total, and only 7 factories, 5 with add-on and 2 without. I think he's building Goliaths here. Yes, that's Goliaths. Yeah, Burgersasu, when he hits that macro mode and starts the attack, when the fire in his R starts burning bright, it shines with light, that is when you know you are in trouble against Burgersasu, because I don't think anyone rolls as hard as Burgersasu does once the engine is rolling at full throttle. Also, small little detail I just want to point out, he really relied entirely on Marines. He got all the upgrades for the Marines. They're now on 3-3. Upgraded Marines, they die quick to storms and to reavers, but oh boy, do they melt everything else. Very cheap unit. Probably the best unit to make when you're low on money. Didn't have a lot of turrets, like, did not play a turret defense. It was really just a pure Marine tank defense, and the tanks were a secondary unit. They did help him out a lot, but the upgrades were so bad on the tanks. We're 20 minutes in, they're still on 1-1. They didn't do as much as the Marines, actually 0-1. 20 minutes in. Anyway, that's it for today. We're gonna go for game number 4 tomorrow. And what have I told you? That there's more than 1 game left. Maybe 2, 3, 4, or 5 games. They played a bunch of games, so we have a couple of days left with more RJB Imposter against Burgersasu. I hope you enjoyed the video, so please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe. Do whatever you want. You have the power in your hands. And we'll see you next time.